12 to 15 pound fluorocarbon. Hey, whoa. Oh yeah, I didn't show you guys.
How do you do that?
When the bait is in the water, it makes a sound, and then after a while, it glows up.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look! That is so badass.
You hold the two hooks, and the thing is, it does that in the water. You'll see. You hear the noise?
Come on, let it girl. Alright. Okay. So in this video, I got Mr. Zachary Jeter here from Bassin' with Zach, and we're going to talk about our confidence baits during the wintertime. Now, my confidence baits during the wintertime are a little bit different than his because I live in a completely different state. So my lakes that I fish during the winter are not going to be the exact same as his. My contour of mine are a little bit different. Most of my lakes that I fish have a lot of stumps in the bottom of it, a lot of brush. His might be, deep ledges and stuff like that.
Yep.
Now, our bait selection completely wide open. We can choose whatever we want. These are the baits that we feel we have confidence in, that we know we can catch fish in during the winter. And then when they bite, they're going to be big. So, Mr. Zachary Jeter, we will let you start, sir.
All right. So, for my first bait, of course, will have to be a jig. This one right here is in 3/8 ounce, and it's in bluegill color. Well, first off, I'm gonna say what I'll throw it on. What I'll throw it on would be a 7.3 medium heavy, and the line will have to be 30 to 50 pound braid. And just this is my number one, just because it's a lot you can do with this. You can fish it during any time of the year. It's really good for the winter because it's a slow bait. You can fish it very slow. You can fish it fast if you want to, and you can really change up the trailers you want to throw on. You can throw any type of trailer you want. The fish might want something that's real erratic, or just like in the winter, they will want a slower presentation. And yeah, it's just the number one all-around bait that I like to fish is a football head jig. My second, of course, would have to be a drop shot. Right here, I have this drop shot. My leader varies on the depth of water I'm fishing and on what water column the fish are in, so that varies a lot. I'll throw this on, of course, spinning gear, probably be 610 or a little bit higher, with a slow gear ratio reel. And my favorite bait to throw on a drop shot would have to be the Z-Drop Worm Seedless Watermelon color. Wonderful bait. And just to give you guys a little hint on or tips on the colors, if you guys don't know what color to use, a green based color will be the way to go, or black and blue. Like for instance, a watermelon red, watermelon seed, green pumpkin, black and blue flake, all that different stuff like that. Those black and blue and a green based worm or whatever you like to throw on drop shot will work during any time of the year and any pond or any lake, trust me. Second bait, my third option would have to be crankbaits. It varies from the depths I'm fishing, of course. This one right here is a shallow diving crankbait, medium diving crankbait, and this color right here, this bright red color, is my favorite color to throw on any size crankbait, because it just works really good during the winter time and during the summertime also. And then we have a deep diving crankbait. This one right here is a Livingston Lures deep diving crankbait. Dives close to 12 feet, and I will have to fish this on a 7.6 with maybe 12 to 15 pound full. When these hooks touch the water with Livingston Lures, when these hooks touch the water on this particular bait, it makes a little chirping sound and it also glows up.
Now, Now I understand why Livingston lures are so expensive.
Yeah, that's why they're so expensive.
I didn't know that they had that in it.
My fourth option would have to be this wobble head. This is a 3/8 ounce wobble head. Also, wobble head, if you guys don't know what that is, it's just a weight on a hook, and the hook is a free floating hook. And I like to fish rage crawls on this, or if the fish are real finicky, I'll switch to a slower bait to throw on this, just to give a slower presentation, a more settled presentation. And this bait you can fish in open water, around brush laydowns. You can fish it very deep if you want to, just like a jig. And yeah, I will fish it on the same rod and reel arsenal I will fish a jig on. So it's very similar to a jig, except for without the skirt, and it has a free floating hook. My fifth option would have to be this guy right here, this little guy right here. This is a Ned rig. It's getting very popular, and yeah, it's just the basic rig is a very small mushroom head. I can't really pull the bait off, but a very small mushroom head in this small bait right here. This is, to me, this is just a small Senko, a short Senko, and it's a very good winter bait. I'll fish this on light spinning gear, light line, probably like 6 pound, 10 pound. And around rocks, you can fish in open water laydowns, except for when you're around laydowns, this hook tends to get hung up. But that is one of my favorite baits to fish during the winter time. So right here is my last option, and this is a lipless crankbait. I'll fish it on the same thing I will fish a regular crankbait on, just because I want to get that long cast with that 7/6, just so I can work it back to the boat as much as I want to. With this, the retrieve I would do with this is just, when I first cast it, I'll let it drop and lift my rod up, reel my slack in, and then let it drop again, and I'll just keep it dropping and moving, just so. And most of the time they will hit it on that drop, because that's when the bait is just moving, and with the rattle trap it does a little wobble like that. So that's that, and this color is Ghost Brim. And this color is Ghost Bluegill. Your turn.
My turn. Alright. Bait number one is, I'm sure everybody can guess it, is a deep diver crankbait. So now, my favorite deep diver crankbait to throw is a Rapala DT series. Now, depending on the depth I'm fishing is how I'm going to choose the depth of what I'm going to fish it. Now, color selection, it's completely open. If the water is somewhat dirty, a nice stain to it, I'm going to fish a fire tiger, because it's got that chartreuse in the side. Chartreuse. It's got chartreuse in the side of the crankbait, so that's when I'll fish that. Now, of course, you're going to have your regular shad patterns. These are definitely effective during the winter. So now, bait casting gear, obviously for a deep diver crankbait. Now, what I'm going to fish it on is a 7/6, 10 pound to 12 pound fluorocarbon, a 6 3-to-1 gear ratio reel, which most of my rods are, is a 6 3-to-1. Now, the reason I choose just a little bit quicker action is so when I throw it out there, and I use that longer rod to get sling it out there, because you're fishing a lot deeper in open water. So now that faster gear ratio reel is going to allow you to reel it down the depth quickly and efficiently, and then you're able to slow down your retrieve during the winter time. Depending on your retrieve, you may just crank it in like regular, or you might use a start-stop approach, which normally that works best for me for deep diver crankbaits, the normal stop and pause retrieve. Second bait is a jerk bait. I'm going to fish this on a 7-foot medium action rod. Obviously, I'm going to fish fluorocarbon. Now, depending on how deep I'm trying to fish it, is the line size I will choose. Now, my favorite jerkbait to throw is a Rapala Shadow Rat. This is the deep diving version that dives to about 8 to 10 feet. Now, if I fish this on 10 pound fluorocarbon, it'll probably go to at least about 12 feet deep. Definitely a great all-around winter bait. Rapala Shad Rat comes with size 6 treble hooks on it, right out the pack. I'm going to switch the size 6 to a size 4, right out the box. Now, the way I'm going to fish this is a little bit different retrieve than most people would think. I'm going to fish this with spinning gear, 8-pound fluorocarbon. Now, the reason I'm going to fish that is because you're fishing deep for the bass. Now, I'm going to fish this as a style of a jerkbait. These two hooks on here now that are heavier are going to give this bait a slow sinking action. Now, depending on the water temperature is how the bait's going to rise, or even a slow sink, depending on the water temperature. Football head jig. My main retrieve for this during the winter time is a slow pull, and then when I feel a difference in the contour of the bottom, I just stop it and then I shake it. And then I continue my retrieve until I feel the next change, and then I'll stop it, shake it, and then continue. Also, you can just do the regular jig retrieve, which is like a Texas rig, where you just lift your rod tip up and then back down. This is a underspin. On the back of this, I'm going to fish a Zoom Super Fluke Junior. Now, I'm going to fish this on a 7-foot medium action, 10-pound fluorocarbon, 5 3-to-1 gear ratio reel. It's going to allow you to slow roll this bait over the bottom to where the bass are going to be nice and deep. I mean, look, it smells amazing. This bait smells amazing. This is a spinner bait. Most people would not think to fish this during the winter time, but it works amazing all around winter bait. Now, slow rolling this over the bottom in deep water around structure works amazing. Just don't get it hung up. And always fish a trailer hook. Zoom Super Fluke. This is on a weighted swim hook. Now, the rod I'm going to use this on is very simple. It's a medium action, mostly a 7-foot. Gear ratio is going to be a nice slow 5 3-to-1 gear ratio. I just got a new 13 Fishing Concept A reel. It's nice and amazing.
Wonderful.
It's going to work well this winter for me. Thank you for watching this video. As always, please subscribe to both of our YouTube channels.
Yep.
Check out Mr. Zachary Jeters if you have not. See, this is Bass and Therese right here. He's got some wild hair. But make sure you check out his channel. As always, which is in pretty much all my videos, we will see you.
Bussin'. Did I say it right?
Mr. Zachary Jeters. Yes! That's my outro. That's awesome. Okay. Now I'm hungry, so we're going to go get some food. We're going to be like a winter fish, and we're going to go eat. We're not going to eat too much because our metabolism has slowed down for the winter.